Here in Memphis, the fight continues with the help of someone who, well, knows a thing or two about battling drug addiction.
WREG's Kwamitra Wilburn explains how he and a group of what he calls once broken individuals are rebuilding and uplifting the communities that once tore them down.
Yeah, that should have got you outside cutting grass or something because you don't cut onions.
Lucretia Sims and her partner, Tamara Smith, live a quiet life.
The onions are in the program.
Oh, you want onions?
Thank you, dear.
They've lived in this South Memphis home with their grandchildren for over a year. The future is bright for the couple and their family. However, their home has a dark history.
This house has had several tragic, violent incidents to happen in it.
Sims is a recovering addict. She says her substance abuse started when she was 16, after the death of her mother.
It was just powder, crack cocaine, pills, you know, selling the dope to keep me getting high.
Sims says her drug addiction controlled her life, and it wasn't long before the law caught up to her.
They caught me with 30 grams of phenol. I was looking at 8 to 30 years. And Ben came to court with me. He was talking to me. He was like, hey, the best thing for you is to get him to recovery.
And the man she's referring to is Ben Owen.
I like to tell people I'm just a crackhead that lost the dope and kept the energy.
Owen wears multiple hats. He's a father, husband, entrepreneur, and Army veteran. He is also the co-founder of We Fight Monsters, a nonprofit organization comprised of law enforcement, ex-cons, veterans, and former addicts working to combat sex trafficking, inner-city violence, and addiction.
We're not out there trying to send people to prison unless they're child exploiters. Typically, when we work with law enforcement, we're trying to get in between good people and the consequences of bad decisions. We try to, get dope boys on a better path.
He often works with the Shelby County Drug Court to help rehabilitate offenders. Owen says he'd rather see a life redeemed rather than incarcerated. It's a topic that's very personal to him. You see, he may work alongside law enforcement now, but there was a time when those same officers knew him in a very different capacity.
When I went back out there to work on the streets, it was with people who have seen me, at rock bottom, with a needle in my arm, homeless, hopeless, bloodied up, scuffed up. So I already had a little bit of implicit trust. They know I'm not the police. They've seen me committing crimes.
After years of battling drug addiction, he and his wife left Memphis to overcome their addiction with the promise to return to help those they left behind. And they've spent years fulfilling that promise. One of the people he came back for was Sims, someone he says he used to do drugs with. But with his support, she stayed at a sober living facility for 18 months and then completed roughly 1 year of drug court. Afterwards, Owen moved her and her family into his Dope to Hope house on Melrose Street in South Memphis.
The MPD, when I was homeless out here, would not come to this street unless they're picking up a body.
A block, he says, was once plastered with crime and despair, has been given a facelift.
The house down at the end that I told you is ours used to be a brothel. We shut that down and renovated it, and now it houses survivors of sex trafficking.
Thanks to donations and a robust social media campaign to raise funds for the project, Sims' home is just one of many that Owen acquired and transformed into a recovery space. He calls it the Buy Back the Block initiative.
My goal with all of the Dope Houses to Hope houses is to use them to either prevent a family from being separated due to addiction, poverty, violence, trafficking, or to create an environment where that family can be reunified.
And his work doesn't end with placement for victims of trafficking, recovering addicts, and veterans.
So I'm actually surprised how many people need adult diapers. That one caught me off guard.
The organization also opened Hood Mart, a space that provides free items such as clothes and furniture to people in need, available by appointment only.
It could be a prostitute, it could be an addict, it could be somebody that's involved with the justice system, it could be a domestic violence flight.
He says everything in the warehouse was also obtained through donations. Owen says he believes the best way to save his community from drugs and violence is by meeting people where they are and investing in the communities where there is suffering.
You don't just shut it down and throw people in jail or stick them all in rehab. You've got to go bring solutions. Nobody's selling drugs because that was their career path they chose when they were a kid. It's lack of economic opportunities.
And he has seen the outcome of his solution numerous times in the lives of those he's helped.
Yeah, I got a job. It's legal.
Sims is now 3 years sober and is paying the generosity forward by opening the doors of her home to those in need. Both Sims and Owen say that while the journey was not easy, it was worth it.
Before you pick up again, just think about where it took you then, and it might stop.
I'm gonna look right at the camera for this one. If you're somebody that is struggling out there today with addiction, alcoholism, hopelessness, or just a life you don't want, dude, there is hope out there.
Reporting for your news leader, Quamitra Wilborn, WREG News, Channel 3.
We need them to keep fighting those monsters. Owen has several programs in place for those in need, and you can learn more about them and how to be a part of his mission by visiting our website, WREG.com.
Doing a great job turning lives
Yes,
around.
turning lives
Really
around.
terrific.
Yeah.